Recording in progress.
Oh, wonderful.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you very much, Emily.
Thank you. Thank you.
Because this is an international talk, we're not just based in the United States, we're based in Jamaica and all over the world. So if we were just doing this in the US alone, we would have done the both anthems, given that it's online and international call. So we're just going with that Jamaican anthem. All right. So Emily, thank you so much. Well done. Appreciate that. All right. So back to you, Dr. Jones. I think, yes.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Emily. Okay, we'll start with our featured guest. Please welcome Andre Gooden, Group Business Development Manager at the Jamaica Stock Exchange. Mr. Goodman.
Gooden, Mr. Andre Gooden.
Andre Gooden, I'm going to ask you to unmute and I'll spotlight you. No?
Okay.
Okay.
And while we're pulling on Mr. Gooden, okay, he's on.
Here.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want us, before this presentation even starts, please let us not just be hearers of the word, but doers of the word, right? So this is you're going to get information that I would like you to act on today. If you have not invested in the stock market, you will have a pathway to do so after this conversation. Please, as little as 5,000 Jamaican, you can get started with on the Jamaica Stock Exchange. You'll hear more about it, but I'm just saying, be ready to take action. Don't just hear and clap Andre when it give the presentation. Let us take action, and I would like you to send me a note if you have taken action or if you plan to take action after the presentation. So over to you, Mr. Gooden. Welcome, sir.
To unmute. Yeah. Morning. Thank you
unmuted.
very much. It's good to have a ambassador and a disciple of the Jamaica Stock Exchange introducing me, because it makes my presentation just to endorse what it is that the Consul General has said. Thank you very much for the invitation. I'm actually on vacation, but when Oliver Mair call you, you really can't say no. Plus, I've been in meetings all day anyway, because there's so much happening at the stock exchange this year that there are some things that had to be dealt with. Exciting times ahead. I know I don't have a lot of time. Hello again to all the members of the Diaspora online and to my fellow presenters, Dr. Lewis, long time no see, and the representative team from the Special Economic Zone, etc. Good to be here. Just a little background. The Jamaica Stock Exchange was formed in 1969. The main market was established in 1959, which allowed larger capitalized companies to raise capital to grow their businesses and to create wealth for their investors. Many innovations over the years. In 1996, we went digital, where electronic trading was possible, in keeping with first world best practices. One of our biggest innovations in recent years. Several companies certainly have made their name and created wealth for a lot of people over the years. In 2009, the Jamaica Stock Exchange junior market was formed, which allowed smaller companies now looking to raise between lower amounts, to between 50 million and 750 million to raise capital on the market. This was a huge innovation and attracted several entities who now have listed on that market for the first 5 years. You don't pay income tax at all. So that cash goes back into the business, which ends up in the hands of the shareholders as dividends and profits, right, CG? That was a huge innovation, which resulted, one of the reasons why the stock exchange was awarded in 2015 and 2018 as the #1 performing stock exchange in the world was because of the innovation of the junior market and our strong governance and outstanding performance of the markets during that time. So even today, the stock exchange is world renowned. I mean, and you said Jamaica, yes, you think of, Bob Marley and reggae and things, but in business circles, everybody said the Jamaica Stock Exchange, and everybody knows about the Jamaica Stock Exchange. The responsibility of the diaspora right here now is to make sure that you also not just know, but as CG has said, you act. On the stock exchange, there are opportunities to invest in companies that are at many stages: early stage development, mature stage development, and incubator stage as well. Recently, legislation was passed, and we have laid down the platform, which was available as of March 31, for a micro market, which will now enable micro businesses to raise capital on an organized platform simply by using the same template of the junior market. More on that. But what I really want to stress here is that even in last year was a challenging year. We had a good first 3 quarters. The market was doing fairly well. Then October 28th came, and all our listed companies had to shift their focus to really recovery. See how you look after your staff, look after your business in terms of infrastructure, and to sort of recoil and recalibrate their businesses. Nonetheless, last year, there are companies that returned just based on the movement of their price from 10% up to 85%. It's a company called Kintyre Holdings, which is a holding company, an investment company, which gained 85% in value for the year. There's Cargo Handlers, which is in the shipping and logistics business, that gained 72%, which means that if you had bought the stock in January, at the end of the year, you'd have gotten 74% in value, increase in value. Some more familiar names: Epley, which is a Caribbean-based distribution entity, in a conglomerate, I should say, 60%. Carreras, a popular Jamaican company, 38% last year. Caribbean Cement, 20%. Lasco, not a popular Jamaican company, in the diaspora as well, 23%. So had you invested in those companies in the early part of 2025, that's the returns you'd have gotten on your investment. So let it not be said that there are not investment opportunities in Jamaica. One of the things I'd point out, though, is that stock market investing is not for short-term gain. Yes, I just told you some stocks that made multiple double-digit returns last year, but generally speaking, you in the diaspora can invest for a longer term, as with any stock market in the world, and be able to gradually accumulate value and create wealth, and also invest back into companies that are investing in Jamaica, creating employment and adding to GDP. However, on the stock exchange, we don't just have stocks. If you believe that stocks are a little more outside of your risk profile, and one of the things I would encourage at all times, I'm not an investment advisor, I'm more a regulator and a facilitator of wealth creation. Speak to the brokers, get an investment advisor. Your profile might be different from mine. You may have a sick parent to take care of. You may have a house to save towards. You might have, everybody has a different financial agenda. So your portfolio should reflect your risk profile, your time horizon, and your objective. And those three are determined by a licensed investment advisor who can guide you accordingly and set a profile for you. Bonds are also available on the stock market. A lot of people don't talk about bonds, but bonds, a lot of companies in Jamaica. Now we have about 20 bonds listed, but there are several private bonds listed as available as well. What's the difference between a stock and a bond? A stock is you're an owner you're a shareholder in the company, and you're eligible to vote at the board at the annual meetings, and you have basically a stake in the business. A bond now, you're investing in the company by lending them your money for a fixed return on a regular basis. Most of the bonds listed in Jamaica now are either quarterly interest payments or half yearly. There are others as well. So the bond is a contract between you and the issuer of the bond, where you're not a shareholder, but you're a bondholder, and you get interest periodically on the coupon rate on the bond. So those opportunities exist as well. Lower risk for the most part. Recently, we launched added the Government of Jamaica bonds, and I'm happy to see Dr. Lewis online. We added Government of Jamaica bonds to the Jamaica Stock Exchange platform. So if you own Government of Jamaica bonds through your broker that mature, long-dated bonds, mature 2025, 2030, 2035, 2040, etc. These bonds are now available for purchase and sale on the Jamaica Stock Exchange. We are currently working to break it down for retail investors as well, like yourself, so you can buy smaller quantities, watch the prices move, and trade them accordingly, and create a platform that will make you know what the prices of the bonds are, just like how you have the price of the shares, you know what the yields on the bonds are, and it gives you transparency and liquidity in the market. So we don't just have stocks available, we have bonds available as well. Two more things I should mention very briefly. CG. You have a lot of, when we come to these sessions, people say, I have investments in Jamaica, but I'm not hearing anything. I don't see the information on the companies. I'm not getting any dividends, I'm not getting any statements, etc. Many of you have left Jamaica, and you left Jamaica and left an address at the broker or the stock exchange that no longer exists. So when we send correspondence out, or your shares that you have, a company that you have shares in sends out correspondence, it goes to addresses that don't exist anymore. We have rooms of paper here of return mail that's coming back from investors who we don't have any forwarding information for.
That's a good point.
It is something that we have solved, though. We now have, for those of you who are existing investors or new investors, we have a portal, the JSEZA portal, and when I'm finished, CG, with your permission, I'll drop some links in the chat where you can go on, open your account by putting in the information that you have, and it can link you up to all the shares that you have on the market now. You can change your address to your current address. You can identify what bank you want your dividends to be sent to, so that the checks don't keep coming back to the stock exchange waiting for you to come and collect them, because we don't have an address to send them to you. When we went digital many years ago, the JSEZA was established with the sole purpose of digitizing the whole process, giving you the opportunity to live overseas and invest in the market and monitor and manage your account yourself. So that is one. The JSEZA portal allows you to update your information, monitor when dividends are paid, see the prices of your portfolio, the movement in your portfolio as an ongoing basis. And CG can tell you about it too, because I know he does that actively. The other tool which we have, which is again very important to the diaspora, is JTrader Pro. JTrader Pro allows investors to enter their orders to purchase and sell stocks on the electronic platform of the Jamaica Stock Exchange. It goes directly to your broker, who uploads the information, and the trades take place. So after you fund the account, you send whatever funds you want to invest to your broker. All you have to do is go in, say, I want to sell 20,000 carb cement. You see you have access to the prices there. You can get advice from your broker as to what price to buy or sell at. and the transaction goes through, and it is very straightforward. Likewise, if you have a portfolio already, you can look at the value of your portfolio, you can see the movement, and you can say, all right, I want to sell now, and you just put in the sell order, and within 2 business days, maximum, the cash is available on your account, and you can tell the broker which Jamaican account to put it in or to wire to you at wherever you are in the world. So we have self-help opportunities, CG. We have opportunities online for you to monitor, manage, and access new investments. And I'm encouraging all of the participants here. I see your chairman has issued a challenge already for you to feed back to him when you have made investments and or you intend to. What I will do, Chair, is I will drop in the link the list of all the brokers in Jamaica. I work for all of them. I can't pick one for you. They're all competent and they're all compliant. They can execute your orders for your bond orders or your equity orders. They can have them update your own information, tell you what is happening in Jamaica, give you the advice, etc. Self-help tools are here, but the stock exchange website is a wealth of information as well. For beginners,
you want to put the website in the chat for us too?
Yes, I will put it all in the chat.
And the JSEZA portal.
Okay. I have it all to do already. And that is the plan. And certainly you can reach out to us. I will even put my email address in there so that if anybody has particular questions, I don't want to hold up the session by taking questions now because I know you have a tight schedule. Yeah. But we are available. The stock exchange is a wealth of information. If you have a business opportunity, I suggest that you talk to us first. We can feel it out and see where you are on the preparation timeline, on the preparation horizon, what you need, what is missing, so that by the time we introduce you to a broker, you are fairly confident that your business pitch, the broker can then take that, invite investors to participate, and your opportunity can become live, especially now with the micro market on the way. So,
Mr. Gooden, as you said, the risk profile, time horizon, and investments is key, right?
Very important. And I don't that has to be done between you and that's a personal decision between you and your personal advisor. So I would advise that the opportunities exist. We have an very active bond market, even more active than the stock market in many instances. And there are opportunities to repatriate a little money home every now and then, a little $1,000 US or whatever, and have it work for you, ultimately to develop a little nest egg for future longer term hard asset investments. That is my time, and I thank you for the opportunity, and I'll share the information that I spoke about in the chat momentarily. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Gooden. Thank you for telling us how you've leveraged technology and innovation in the stock exchange, and a lot of good information. We look forward to putting the information in the chat about the website and your contact information. All right, we have some questions in the chat, but we can come back to that, or you're able to see them and maybe answer them in the chat. Mr. Gooden? All right. With that, we're going to move on to our next speaker. Thank you so much. I will welcome Ms. Kelli-Dawn Hamilton, the Chief Executive Officer.
Thank you. Yeah, were you hearing me? I was trying to get in early. I don't know what happened, but just wanted to quickly just to thank Andrea. I know we're a little over with time with that, but just to say to everybody, look, maybe the biggest challenge you will have is just setting up the account. But once you have set up your account with any one of the brokers, you don't need to interact with anybody after that. You can do everything online. From the comfort of my office, I can buy and sell stocks. I don't have a lot of money. I do have to, I have accounts with me personally, not recommending anybody, but I have for GMB and Mayberry. But you can, I know they have NCB and Proven and different brokers. And I'm not recommending anybody. You can look at and listen. Yeah, yes, Jackie, I saw that comment. It's and there has literally been no financial crimes against anybody investing in Jamaica. Any ones that you have seen have been a total anomaly and not representative of the system, but of the individual broker. And the authorities have moved in accordingly with that. So let us not throw the baby with the bathwater with that comment, you know. So I want to encourage persons to you look at it objectively. Okay, this is all for your personal benefit. Let us not say that we have foreigners coming and investing in Jamaica and we lose out on opportunities. That's why we provide the information here. Right? We provide the information here so that people can do their own due diligence and make their assessment. None of us getting any commission to do these advisories. We are just providing information so our own Jamaicans can get wealthy from opportunities back home. I've been investing the little money I have from I've left my first job. I've not had one incident where a statement has been incorrect, where any broker has ever robbed me of any money, or I've had any challenges. And I'm no exception. I represent 90% of the investing community in Jamaica. All right, just putting that out there. So with that, I think we move on to our next presenter. One of the brightest sparks in the industry. And again, thank you, Andre. Thank you very much. And stock market's always very supportive, always willing to jump to a call quickly. And we appreciate you coming on board. All right. And I saw Kelli-Dawn. Yeah, I'm taking the wrap up here. Kelli-Dawn,
Yeah.
one of the bright sparks. Over to you, Dr. Jones, for the intro.
All right. Kelli-Dawn Hamilton, Chief Executive Officer of the Jamaica Special Economic Zone Authority. She'll talk about the free zone. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, CG. And thank you very much, Dr. Jones. It really is a pleasure to be here to talk a little bit with the diaspora about what we're doing here at this Jamaica Special Economic Zone Authority. So what is the Special Economic Zone? Where is it? And how this matters to me? The Special Economic Zone, ultimately, ladies and gentlemen, where we want to get, we want our entire country to be an SEZ. So picture it. When we talk about economic development, we talk about growth, we talk about creating opportunities for businesses to grow and thrive. We're talking about our little piece of the rock here, Jamaica. And what the Special Economic Zone does is we operate a regime that allows businesses to operate more efficiently, more cost effectively. Our role and responsibility here is really to grow industry. And we do that through our Special Economic Zone regime. How many persons familiar with free zones? So I know quite a few people are. You remember the free zone space and what that entailed. Now, how is SEZ different? SEZ is different because under free zone, the majority of goods that you produce had to be exported. Under the free zone regime, persons may remember that a lot of it was dominated by overseas companies. And so it left a lot of Jamaicans out of the loop. The Special Economic Zone regime is really about inclusivity and ensuring that Jamaica can compete on a global scale in terms of business productivity. So our SEZ regime, in a nutshell, allows companies that are operating in Jamaica to benefit from three major things. One is the corporate income tax rate. In the SEZ, you're operating at a lower rate. It can go down to as low as 7.75%. You pay a headline rate of 12.5%. If you're operating in the domestic economy, now you're paying a rate of 25%. If you're in a regulated industry, you're paying up to 33.33%. So already you see the benefits there. Now, in terms of the duties, companies operating in the SEZ pay 0% duties on goods purchased for use in the zone, and companies in the SEZ do not pay value-added tax. So that 15%, you're not paying. So in practice, you should see a reduction in your costs of operations. Now, admittedly, SEZ is not for everybody, right? So let's say you are just starting out on the stock exchange, you want to take your first year's earnings and get into business, right? That's a good idea. but maybe you don't have enough capital yet to fund the business by yourself. This is now where you join, you have a consortium that comes together to create a business model that can benefit from SEZ. So there are different ways of doing it, CG. There's not any one way to meet the goal, right? We have approximately 109 persons together on this call. Now imagine if all 109 of us put some monies together, Dr. Jones, and said, we want to develop logistics in Jamaica. We want to build warehousing. That can be done quite easily. However, if Caroline by herself said she wanted to develop it, it may be a little bit more difficult to do. And this is why, CG, I want to thank you for giving us the opportunity to come on and really share this information, because our role is to help persons to see a path towards investing in Jamaica and growing our industries. So I want to give you a little update about where we are as a special economic zone regime in Jamaica. Now, we don't see ourselves as selling SEZs. What we are selling is our country and the opportunity to do business in our country. What we are selling is our location, strategically located. We have one of the 7th largest natural harbors in the world, Dr. Jones. And if we go back in history, when we look at the pirates, they weren't coming here for fun. It was because of our strategic location and the resources that we have. Nothing has changed. Our resources, our biggest resource right now is our people. We have people all across the globe, 109 on this call, who are well positioned to help to continue to take Jamaica to the world. The other value proposition that we have, of course, is our people, the fact that we're English speaking. The SEZ regime, what we provide is a partner in business. So yes, the incentives that I mentioned earlier, but also we handhold you through the business process, right? So we connect your idea with people who can move from conceptualization to actual business coming up out of the ground. Now, thus far, we have approximately 110 companies operating with special economic zone designation. Miss Rose, right now, we in Jamaica, and SEZ can be located anywhere. We're not limited by geography. So if you decide that your manufacturing company is going to be located in the middle of wherever, it can be so designated, because we are private sector led. So you determine where, and we can designate that space. Now, in terms of the performance of the regime thus far, approximately 5 years ago, the majority of our companies sat in the global digital services sector, so business process outsourcing. Now we have, we took a deliberate effort to change or diversify our product offering or industry base. And that is just a function of ensuring that we're able to grow at a faster rate. So now what we're seeing is more companies in the logistics space. So companies that want to use Jamaica as a transshipment point. What that means is there are big opportunities in the build out of warehousing space. Cold storage logistics is also another big area. We know that agriculture is a primary or an important thrust of the government. And so I encourage everybody, if you can get into agriculture, get into it. We don't have enough things to sell. We don't have enough produce to sell at this point. And so it's a great opportunity. CG, you will recall when we did our business mission in a few years ago, the biggest thing from the companies in the US was we can't get enough Jamaican goods. We can't get enough ackee, pimento, pepper, anything Jamaican you can produce, we want it. And you in the diaspora know, right? So there are big opportunities there. If you have tracts of land here in Jamaica, farming is the way to go. Of course, we want to layer on top of that the value added, Dr. Jones. So we want to see more agro-processing as well, move us up the value chain. So now your company, your Miss Nikian's company is now listed on the stock exchange with the help of Dr. Gooden, who will get us there, right? So it is an interesting and important time for us here in Jamaica because of what is happening globally. We are still well positioned and well placed in order for companies to set up and operate. And so the time is ripe for our diaspora to look at the different opportunities that we have. Form your consortium, make the investment in our country. You have organizations like the Stock Exchange, like the Special Economic Zone Authority, the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce that are here to facilitate companies, guide you through the process, and help you set up businesses. And we don't leave you after that. We have to handhold you through the process. Right now, we have a mission into Nigeria, Ghana, and Sierra Leone. We have to look for other markets. It's just a fact of life. If we want to earn more money, we have to grow our reach. And the truth of the matter is that they are ready to get Jamaican goods and partner with Jamaican businesses. So now is the time. You can reach us, www.jseza.com.
And you can put that in the chat for us.
Sorry?
You can put that in the chat for us.
Yes, I'll drop our contact details in the chat and my email, etc. And we look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you. We have a couple questions in the chat. One was from Chris Richardson asking about rental space in the economic zones for new companies.
Yes, we have rental space in the SEZ. They're on our website, the available spaces. I just dropped the website in the chat.
Okay, JSEZA.com.
And listen, not because these two individuals are on the call. These are two of the most responsive, customer-focused, customer-centric individuals I've dealt with in business. When you're not going to get the CEO right away, but I'm just telling you, I'm sure everybody in our team operates the same way, but very responsive. And same thing with Andre, very responsive. And this is the type of service that Jamaica is offering to the world. And ladies and gentlemen, we are bringing it to you here on this call so you have the opportunity to move firsthand with good information and a pathway to create wealth for yourself and your families. Doesn't that sound good?
Yes, we have one more, Ms. Hamilton. Will these companies participate in the marketplace at the upcoming Diaspora conference?
Yeah, man, we'll be there. We're there already. We'll definitely be there. We'll be at the conference. You mean the SEZ Authority? Yes, man. We're not happy that we rely on our diaspora, Yeah, man, we're there, and we'll actually having a special session at the conference, a special luncheon. But we will be there right throughout the event. We'll have a booth alongside JamPro, where people can come ask their questions, come pitch your ideas. I mean, you may have a thought about an idea. Come talk to us. Let's work it through, see how we can get it done.
Okay. And on that note, CG, you want to talk about the Diaspora conference coming up, 11th Biennial?
Yes, definitely. I'm encouraging everybody to sign up. The link, we just put the link in the chat. June 14th to 18th. You cannot afford to miss it. This sort of information that you get in here, you're gonna get a more fulsome presentation by several speakers across investment opportunities, health, security, education, anything you can think about that impacts Jamaica. You'll get an update. And as I said, the link is there. Take a few minutes to register. Just trust me on this one. The Diaspora conference, it happens every 2 years. You're gonna go Montego Bay, carry your family, go enjoy yourself in the beach in the morning, head out, you get excellent information, but more importantly, the networking. Jamaicans from all over the globe assemble in Montego Bay once every 2 years. So on a personal level, and you get to interact with ministers, the Prime Minister comes, the Consul General is there. You get to interact with everybody, right? And you can further whatever project that you're on, whatever business you're about. You can advance it. So you don't want to miss it. The link is there. Please register and be a part of it. From the southern United States, of course, we have a very large delegation going down. And this is where we get to bond with each other, connect, and get to know each other even better. You don't want to miss it. June 14th to 18th.
All right.
So,
Oh,
yeah.
want to give a couple shout outs. Thank you, Ms. Hamilton. Thank you so much. I'll give a shout out to the Kalfani Omari Fullerton, managing attorney at Fullerton Law Firm and serving as the Honorary Consul of Jamaica in Houston, Texas. Thanks for being on the call. And let's see, Janice McIntosh, our newly elected representative of the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council. Thanks for being on today. All right.
Dr. Smith,
Sheesh.
Hezekiah Smith from Orlando. He's
Janice has
a fire chief. Yes, Dean Smith. I think I've said it wrong. Forgive me. Welcome to the call.
Okay, Janice, you have your hand up. We'll ask you to unmute.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much, Nicole. I appreciate you accepting this for me to speak. I know that on the Diaspora launch today, someone was asking about the cost of the conference and what it entails. So I don't know if the CG actually mentioned what it entails, the cost of the conference, and it covers lunch, transportation to and from the hotel and the convention center, participation in the conference sessions, as well as the conference tokens, including the conference bag. So that 180, that is the cost. It covers a lot.
Yeah.
Right,
Listen,
thanks.
you can't eat, and the food you get there, top class food. That alone cover one day of food. Trust me.
Absolutely.
Excellent value for money. So don't think about it, guys. Just do it. I guarantee you will be happy that you took the trip to Jamaica. Right? Jackie Watson, welcome to the call. Yeah, from Atlanta. Yes.
We have another hand up. We want to take one more question and then we'll move on to the other guest. Dr. Smith.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Thanks for acknowledging my father. My father is Hezekiah Smith, so much respect for that. No need for an apology. But looking forward to the conference, and I hope that there'll be an opportunity to include on your agenda the importance of improving pre-hospital emergency medical services in Jamaica. I think that's a long-lost priority that has not made it to legislation. And I don't know how we can get there. Since 1996, we've been trying. So looking forward to maybe having some conversations offline regarding some opportunities to discuss that. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah, excellent. And let me just put it out there that, any of the concerns that we have, we'll have an opportunity to meet with the process owners, hear the latest information. One of the big issues that we used to hear every time was with crime. And we're happy that we have had our homicide rate down by over 50%. And something we should celebrate. We shouldn't just run over it. We should celebrate it because over the last 10, 15 years, it has always been an issue that we have never had a solution to. So I want to recognize all the persons who have been involved in helping with that reduction. It's something that we can celebrate as a country. And we have had major reductions in every area of crime that is measured, all right? And with health, opportunity to meet with all the process owners, hear the latest developments, also to present the concerns and challenges that we have as a people.
All right. Thank you, CG. All right, we only have a few minutes left. We have two speakers. Jide, let's meet Jide Lewis, central banker and table tennis parent.
And Jide, not to talk too much, but Jide is the deputy governor of the Bank of Jamaica. I won't be able to run over that because he is another big man in the house, and he is a table tennis.
Thank you very much.
Table tennis capacity as a parent. So I'm gonna give you a few minutes just to talk about you're looking to help one of the top youngsters in Jamaica.
Yes, I'm trying to figure out how I can share. I wanted to just, I think I found the button. Is it possible to get a screen share functionality?
You can also put a link in the chat if you'd like.
I had a PowerPoint, so I just wanted to share my screen. But if
In the
while
interest
you
of
were
Talk to
time,
it today, Jide. Just speak to
yeah,
it
all
in the
today.
right, no
interest of time,
problem.
we
Yes.
can just give a
It's just
brief
a
No
time.
issue.
update.
Yes.
So let me just talk to you very quickly. First of all, thank you all for giving me a moment to share with you. I'm speaking today not as Deputy Governor at the Bank of Jamaica, but as primarily a table tennis parent about table tennis in Jamaica. Jamaicans have consistently been medaling at the Caribbean youth level with very strong performances at the championships where they compete against other Caribbean and Central American countries each year. We have won multiple gold medals, silver, bronze between 2017 and 2025. And there's a team of youngsters that is preparing to compete this year at those championships. I've been going with the team for many years, mainly because both my daughters play the sport and have done quite well at the sport. In fact, my youngest daughter is currently at Columbia University on a scholarship where she plays and represents Columbia University for their table tennis team. And that team came third in I think it's the collegiate championships. I'm not so familiar with the US system. And just basically saying that table tennis is also an opportunity for the youngsters to develop maturity across a very rigorous discipline and pair it with academic excellence. The young man that I am here to kind of put to you to support, he needs $800 to support him in his participation this year. He is a former gold medal winner at the regional championships. That was about 2 years ago when he blowed the field away in spite of going through a personal hardship where his home was burnt down, and he got support from a former national champion to attend that championship. So he had a point to prove at that championship to say that in spite of the challenges he was facing, he was going to show up and show out, and he did. We're still very proud of him. He wants to go back this year and now for the under 15 championships and needs these funds to allow him to participate and focus on the game and not worry about the financial aspects. He's 15 years old. Well, no, I don't think he's 15. He's 14 years old. He's playing in the under 15. He goes to Jamaica College. Hopefully that doesn't offend too many people. That's my alma mater. He's just a wonderful prospect for the future. So I'm here to basically I'll put in the link a Zelle number. It's the Zelle number for the president of the Jamaica Table Tennis Association, Ingrid Graham. So it's not me. Now the funds are not going to go to me. It's going to go to the president of the Table Tennis Association. And anything that you can give towards this young man's ability to participate at this championship and make Jamaica proud, as he did back in 2024, would be greatly appreciated. So that's it. That's what I had to say.
I put a link to the Jamaica Observer article about the table tennis.
Thank you. Thank you.
And folks are asking how to donate. So you'll put that information in the chat.
Yes,
right?
I will.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much, Jide. And I see persons already jumping in to donate, and that's appreciated. And Jide, what I would ask is that if you could give us the update, you know, how it went in terms of from this call.
You have my commitment.
Yeah.
You have my commitment.
An update on how well you did in the tournament, you know?
Absolutely. You have my commitment for that update.
And then we could get him on the call. You know, it would be good. We get him on the call after. Bring him on the call after, because we are speaking it into being that we're going to support this young man to go, and he can come back and update us how well he did, because we're giving our kids wings to fly, right? So they need the Zelle information. You put the Zelle in there,
Jide? Put it in the chat.
Yes, I put it there. I'm going to put it so that it is like, what you call it, can be linked or just click. I think that's the term.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can get rid of
There's a suggestion that overseas a GoFundMe would be easier, but the Zelle,
Zelle is good.
Zelle can reach too. You can reach them. All right.
Zelle
Thanks so much. CG.
So guys, and I have to say respect before Jide even finish. Everybody people jumping in to support.
very nice.
And that says a lot about our people, you know. So big up everybody on the call. Thank you so much.
Again, there's an article about it in the chat if you scroll up. All right. With only a few more minutes left to the hour, we have our last speaker, Calibe Thompson, founder of Island Space Caribbean Museum, dedicated to celebrating and preserving Caribbean culture.
Big art.
And let me say, before Calibe comes in, we do our monthly lecture series at Island Space. So Island Space has been super supportive of us at the consulate. And, we work together and many events take place there. And I won't steal any of Calibe's thunder, but allow her to speak about her upcoming event, the Mango Festival, and
Yes.
anything that's on her heart. Yeah.
Thank you so much, CG. And I want to thank you for allowing me to come on the call, to you and Dr. Bent-Jones. I will acknowledge CG as an unofficial co-founder of Island Space. He was there with us from the first brick was laid, so to speak, and we appreciate his ongoing partnership. For those who don't know, Island Space is the only Pan-Caribbean heritage museum in the world. That means that we're the only one that shares the history of the whole Caribbean region. We do that inside the museum. If you've never come to the museum before, please make it a point to visit. And one of the things we do is take events out into the community, including things like Reggae Genealogy, the Mango Festival, and our Rum Cake Festival. Coming up on June 21st, this is a Sunday. It is Father's Day. We did it on purpose. Too many fathers get socks and ties. We wanted to make sure that daddies are getting mangoes, which is what they really want in this life. And so please bring your father, your uncle, your brother, whoever, out to the Mango Festival, June 21st. I do want to big up Island Space family. I see Michelle McLean. I know Ginger is on the call. They have tickets. If you want tickets, it's cheaper to get it from our ticket ambassadors. Or if you want to become a ticket ambassador, I'll come back to that. It is happening June 21st. It is Father's Day. It is a family-friendly event, so bring all the kids and the moms and everybody. It is a FIFA World Cup day as well. So Uruguay and Cape Verde, I believe, are playing each other at 6 o'clock in the afternoon. So you can do mangoes in the afternoon and World Cup in the evening. We will have at the event, there will be vendors of mango related everything, trees and food and artisan vendors and so on, community partners and so on, culinary demos, cultural entertainment, mango eating competition, mango walk, where you'll see mangoes from all over the region. Yes, we heard you last year that we need more variety of mangoes. So our mango maestro, Leary Mullings, is working on a container of Julian, East Indian, and whatever you want from Jamaica and from Haiti and from the Dominican Republic. We heard you. We are responding in accordance. I hope I have 2 more minutes. You can also pre-order your box of mangoes. Ginger, if you don't mind. Okay, I see somebody put the link in there. It is islandspacefl.org/mangofest26. If it's not in there, Ginger, begging you put it in there, please. We are looking for sponsors. We are looking for volunteers. We're looking for vendors. You can find links to all of those on the webpage. There are tickets. General adult is $20 right now as pre-sold. If you go to the website, it's going to be a little bit more. Kids are $10. We have a mango sommelier experience where you can taste your way through a flight of exotic mangoes. We have the Daddy's Kingdom experience where no moms allowed, right? We have a little area for the men to enjoy a little bit of pampering and treats and things just for dad. And I think that is it. Did I forget anything? I don't know if there's any questions. Did I stay within my 5 minutes?
You did, and I must commend you. Khalid, you did.
And thank you to all the Island Space family who are on. Again, if you are interested in volunteering, and Island Space is a nonprofit. I know, we definitely need to help the kids and the table tennis and so on. Where we are here in the diaspora, this is our organization, if you have been there, is unique to South Florida, is unique to the world. We do need financial support as well. So if you are able to, we are asking you to consider becoming a member of Island Space, a donor to Island Space. We have lost a lot of funding because of what happened with the government, and we need everyone's support. So hope to see you there soon. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Ms. Thompson.
Absolutely.
And I should put that on April. Thank you very much, Calibe. On April 22nd, we have our next lecture series. So you can tune in, follow my page, Mair Oliver on Instagram for information on it. We'll have two powerful speakers. But Calibe, can you remind us again when is the Mango Festival?
Mango Festival is Father's Day, Sunday, June 21st, and it's at Charles Dodge Center in Pembroke Pines, indoor air condition in the middle of June.
Excellent, excellent. All right, thank you so much, Calibe. And let me also just use the opportunity to plug that we have our high five event coming up on May 9th. And so I'm asking everybody on this call, Jamaica High 5K Run.com, you must register. You don't have a choice. I don't care if you want to vex with me today. You must register. We are going for a record this year. Every year we outdo the year before. We have one race in Miramar, which is the main race. Right. We have one in Houston. The Houston race is open now. You can register for it. You can register for the Atlanta race, and you can register for the one in Orlando. All the persons are on this call at www.jamaica-5krun.com. It's in the link. If you register for either the 5K, the Mango Festival, or the Diaspora Conference, if you register right now, just put in the chat that you have registered, so we can see that. Or if you made a sponsorship to the young man, let us see and we can acknowledge you quickly as we wrap up the call in another couple minutes.
Okay.
But I want to just acknowledge those who take action. Dr. Jones.
Yes. And we'll close the meeting with a prayer. So think of someone to close the prayer.
Donya Gordon. Is Donya there? Okay. Marlene, thank you.
Oh.
Listen, you gotta, Dr. Jones, before we pray, just call out some of these things here. Chris Richards just sent $100 to the young man. Tisha Allison just sent a Zelle. You know, this is all good. I want to just acknowledge, if you could quickly, Patricia Anderson will Zelle after the call.
Rohan Green from Atlanta also sent money to the young man.
Excellent. Sheikah registered for 5K. Excellent. Wendy Cowan sent her LinkedIn. All right, Wendy. Well, a great meeting. Excellent. Marlene Ferran, I registered for 5K. Thank you. All right. Please put the link for High Five Houston. It's the same link, JamaicaHigh5KRun.com. One link takes you to all 4 races. All right. And remember, the other races are small races. They're more symbolic. Not big like the one in Miramar. So you're not going there to see a Miramar event. You're going there to more like a walk, but you're supporting the effort.
So Atlanta, Houston, Orlando, you heard the challenge. We were called small. So we need to show them that we're big. Okay.
Well, remember, 13 states that we're representing here. So eventually we want this to be across all 13 states. So
correct.
I'm sure the representatives from different states who are not shouting out right now, but please note, looking forward to that. All right.
Peter Richardson registered last week for High Five and the Diaspora Conference, and he will make a donation. Thank you so much. Luke and Tamika sent a Zelle. Thank you, guys. We appreciate it. Wendy Cowan will send Zelle. Thank you so much. Tisha Allison's Zelle sent. Thank you. I'm getting a wrap-up signal, but I have to big up the people. All right.
Okay, so for Texas, you see the High 5K run walk on our list of events. So you can check that out and check out the website. There's also a mission trip to Jamaica in light of the hurricane, Melissa. Really, you can check that out as well on our website.
You know, I have another life in table tennis, right?
So who can we have with closing prayer?
Outside of play, yes.
Somebody's needs to be unmuted or muted.
Not really, I'm a parent. So I drive, but I help try to do fundraising for a champion.
So who can give our closing prayer? Val Marks. I think Upalone Reed had a hand up too. It's a hand up for closing prayer. Jason. Yeah.
Val has been asked to unmute.
Okay. All right. So again, you can scroll up through the chat for the information that you need on what was covered today on the call. And we look forward to seeing you next Wednesday. It's a weekly call, Consul General. It's created this wonderful space for us. So let's take full advantage of it. Upalon Reed.
Okay, I just want to say thank God for everything and every investment that has been spoken of. I hope everyone will jump in and take action. And in the meantime, as we are in Atlanta and we have a concept of a museum and a cultural center, we're asking God to bless us. So our CG will be on. We're asking people to come on as he comes to try to help us to set up both a museum and a cultural center. We bless every museum that has been set up to preserve the history and the traditions, the rich traditions of Jamaica and the Caribbean. And we are praying that the blessings that fall on them will also fall on our project this weekend, and that CG will not be let down as he tries to raise at least 100,000 for us on this weekend. So we will be putting more out there. So God, we ask your blessing. We ask you to bless every Jamaican in America, in Europe, in the military that you see going on right now, the instability. We ask for protection over every person of Jamaican descent and other descents, Lord. We just ask that reason and logic will take place and that we will have peace on this earth. We thank you, Father, for this opportunity to gather as Jamaicans. And we continue to ask you to bring us closer together in strength, in unity, so we will continue to be that proud little nation that lights the world. In the name of Jesus, amen.
Amen. Thank you, Ms. Reed. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining the call. And we'll see you next week, 1 o'clock Eastern time and 2 o'clock, well, 1 o'clock Central, 2 o'clock Eastern.
And 1 o'clock Jamaica, 1 o'clock Jamaica time.
Right. All right. Take it easy. One love.